Alright, picking up where we left off, we just moved into the Rising Stones from the Waiting Stand. Thank God we don't have to go back there anymore. Alright, we get to meet our ninja friends. Yes, they want to do more summonings. Shame. I still have to go back to the horizon. I really wish I didn't have to go back there anymore. Yep. I thought we shaked ourselves of that waking sand business, but that isn't so. What sadness. Yes, Dola. Senba, your assistance is most welcome. I have already spoken at length with the brass blades of the rose, albeit little avail. It seems that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversation with Fufalupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation, and I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Fufalupa. Hello there, Senba. Was it? Your Stola said you expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystal stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Allegan Sunway. The car bolted off to Eastern Dalanan, where, thank the gods, I hear our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage, that would be a curious choice for thieves to prove cunning, yet the Amajah have a foothold in Eastern Dalanan. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystal that we seek? We should be receiving a report any time now, but I failed to see what else it could. Did you miss me, my friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news, or on second thought, perhaps it's good news after all. Thankfully, whatever have you been off to? I figure you had everything under control here, just took a brief excursion to the east to check on my Amajal friends. And wouldn't you believe it, happened upon a runaway carriage on the way and was able to intercept it with help from the brass blades. In all my years, I never see such a prodigious quantity of solemnness. The blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? I suppose we have no choice to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our option as well. Come with us, Senba. Against all expectation, it would seem Amajal innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the store of crystals exhausted during their last attempt of summoning Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone would go to such lengths to obtain crystals in such quantities. It cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motives were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystal alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Wu Yangjie of our progress or lack thereof.
Now then. Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
Thancred wishes to discuss how to proceed with an investigation. Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No. Well then, for a want of better suggestion, I say we pick Fulufulopa's brain again. Ew, brain. Who knows? If we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. Fufulupa. Oh, but is it good to see you return? I have given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon the most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fufulupa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me, what if someone among our own ranks was conspiring with them, a traitor in our own midst? It will be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufulupa. Indeed, for reasons of security, the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystal stored in the horizon to another location. Their plan would be discovered the moment the brass blades. But such a shipment would surely be well guarded. With thieves as wily as ours, risk open confrontation. Mayhap not, but neither would concern be eager to present them with obvious target. Nay, they may instead elect to carry out transfer in secret and trust the goods to, let's say, a lone Mikote miner traveling without an escort to not attract undue attention. But who? Ah, I see. Yes, the concern may well elect to do that, but to travel with so much cargo will be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way, mayhap north of the bridge to Hammerlea. A fine spot for a rest, wouldn't you agree, Senba? Alas, the role of the Mikote miner is taken, so you will lie in wait to the north, and I will do the same to the south. Forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms, surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. Oh, flew past. Standing watch. Where's the oh? Lie wait for the thieves. Stubborn to the last, as suspected. You are unharmed. Yes, I am unharmed. A gang of SeaWorld thieves, and in Danaland no less. I suppose that's the first time for everything. Sea wolves, all of them. And with the same taste in facial tattoos, blue, in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Thancred, if you would be good to attend to outstanding matters in the horizon, I have increased to make. To Horizon then, Fufulupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. Fufulupa. On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. But we have not been idle while you were afield. We succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then, by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with this fellow in private. No, I'm afraid that will be not possible. Regrettably, he managed to subdue the unit of the Blades dispatched to detain him and made good his escape. Oh, for the love of God. And how did he manage that exactly? Your men haven't been sampling some of that sonus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, but he was quite strong, a sea wolf, a Laminthan, born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him, and you have my word on that. A sea wolf. I see, pray keep me appraised of any developments. Yes, she's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed, or do you mean to give me another one of those your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Nod. Where are we going? Alright, talk to Tancred. Tancred has information on your next assignment. The antecedent bid me to tell you to make for Vester Bay, where young Alphino wait for your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. For some commotion or incident, I'm not privy to the details. While you do whatever that is Alphino has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitress Brassblade, and when I do, you may be rest assured that we will have our answers. You are late. No matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, the vessel belonged to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You are familiar with Doman, yes, in Orthard. Well, like the rest of the nation in the eastern continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, it is as well as the state of the ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best of circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale, and more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We will be fools not to pursue this opportunity, don't you think? Come with me to Uda. Unless I am mistaken, and I am rarely mistaken, we will find the Dolmens bickering with the Sultan's sworn on the royal promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings. Insurance, if our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be pursued by some. And if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repertoire. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Yulda. Chamber of Rule. Boom, 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 boom. Pray understand, good sir, we have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior, allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you, and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. I gather your pleas fell on deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. I hope you will find me more to your liking. Alphina Lovier, at your service, a friend. which I believe makes me very nearly unique in this part of the world. At least, few indeed are your allies in Ul'dah, yet you'll need some if you wish to endear yourself to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us. We shall see if there's aught we can do to help. Please, let there be voice acting.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Oh well. It's gonna have to just dangle like that. I don't. Okay. If I may, madam, as I have said earlier, we have been at sea for several months and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tale of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them. I think suffice to say, however, sacrifice has been made. There we go. Though it shames me to beg for more, you have already offered so much. Desperation compels me. Good madam, if you and or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it will go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Momodi, my friend! Ah. Shikuchi, come on. Hells, why didn't you say so sooner? I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day. To tell the truth, a wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on tomorrow. See, but just sent word they can't come, meaning I have a boatload of foodstuff and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for a lot in advance, haha. Go and call on Fridery and Catherine at Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them to ship the little prince's order to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, show them those letters. That should set them straight. Okay. My, that's an odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions? Nope, here's letter. You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. Mark my words. She's in the business of feeding refugees now. I ain't normally one to question Mistress Momodi's judgment, but that does not seem wise to me. I will not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man who can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. Yeah, but they're ninjas. They're so cool. They didn't give you any troubles, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Ugiri it's all in hand. Blah. I dare not hope for such magnanimity, much less expected. Mistress Momodi is generous indeed. I will be sure to thank her most humbly. Lady Ugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience. Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both, we should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done much for us, Master Alphinaud. I swear we shall return the favor. Not as old, Lady Ugiri, for not as has been given. This small favor you have won with your words, and it is with words you will win the favor of the Syndicate. Then shall choose them with care. You'll be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and nothing so unpalatable will be required of them. Assuming the Dolmens are willing to earn their keep, come. The Flame Generals await us on the Royal Promenade. Three seems like to be the perfect speed for me to actually keep on reading without me, like, eating my tongue. Promenade. Wow, I did not run far at all. A pleasure, Captain Dory. Oh, they addressed me by my new rank. Captain was not a rank during A Realm Reborn. I don't think it was a rank in Heavensward. When did Captain come out? I think it was Shadowbringers or maybe Stormblood. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting. It's like, Captain. Ain't that a rank?
I, Ugiri of Domar, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Ugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Domar, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Ugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes, the law is the law, and so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage hath fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Robon would like to discuss how to handle the domain refugees. As you have observed, Lolorito is not too afraid to speak his mind, nor is he like to change it. Oft have I wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. I will waste no more words on him, not when the domens are yet in need of aid. Everyone follow me to the Hall of Flames. The Syndicate has spoken. I see no point in moving the matter be reconsidered. The Monitorists have made their position clear. Agreed. Oda is not an option. Nor are Limsa Lominsa or Guridania, I judge, given the state of their internal affairs. Which leave us, Doman friends, confined to a ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in the airless hold, with no hope of better treatment. When I had more time to find an alternative, a place not bound by the concerns of great nations. Nymphilia, that is precisely what I wish to discuss. I understand the Syndicate's decision, I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultana to accept us for a limited time, a week mayhap, or even a few days? Excellent, I shall keep you informed. Lady Yugiri, I have a proposal, if you would hear it. Outwits a Master Alphinaud. The headquarters of my order, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, stand in a place called Revenant's Toe, an outpost in Mordona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by missionaries and other men of actions and lacks the comforts of more well-established settlements. However, the leader of the Revenant's Hull have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need for able-bodied individuals willing to work in the frontier hands. Hard labor, lest you doubt, with not save for food and shelter by the way of reward. Terms not unlike to those you have proposed yourself, Lady Yugiri. Though I will not hear a word against our beloved Uda, Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages. The absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Master Alfinard, once again I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life of your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. And before that, remains the matter of how they may safely board to Revenant's Hall, which will be no small feat considering the distance and their present condition. Maybe Oda Adventurers Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there anon. Lady Yugiri, if you and your people would accompany us, we may discuss what aid Immortal Flames can provide. We are concerned the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenant Hall too much to bear. Too long have they been sequestered aboard their ship with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone to stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momodi has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such a time they are ready to set out for Mardona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak will leave once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. Smile and wave. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there not that Immortal Flames can do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Where a small number mayhap it will go unnoticed. But the Syndicate would not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Mordona. When government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. I will engage the services of the 77 caravans on the Doman's behalf. Very well. We should begin to contract negotiation at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come what may, you shall ever have a friend in Uda, Lady Yugiri. And you in Revenant's Hall, my lord. And it sounds like we all have work to do. Lady Yugiri, let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? Nod. I would entrust the task of escorting our Doman friends to you after you have rested your own road-weary legs. Of course, what say you? As we speak, the Dolmens prepare to departure for Vesper Bay, at Vesper Bay, wherefrom they will be transported by carriage to Uda. That said, this has all been decided rather suddenly, and would not surprise me if the refugees required some assistance in coordinating their preparations. Simba, I would have you return to Vesper Bay, for fuck's sake, and facilitate the process through tasks great and small. In short, whatever must be done, do it. Speak with a man named Hosen when you arrive. As Lady Guri tell it, he has been designated the leader of the first group. For fuck's sake. I wish we'd be done with this Horizon and Vesper Bay business. Hey, it's Castro Marietta. Hosen, greetings. Alphino informed me that Asai will be arriving to help with the preparation. I am honored to meet you, though shame as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. I knew from a glance what manner of woman we were. I too have some skill at arms, as do many of our people. Pray forgiveness, trifle, but might I trouble you with helping up round up the children that have been given into my care. They are most apt at staying hidden from my sight. Perhaps your keen eyes will succeed where I have failed. Yeah, my thanks. Please seek out my son Yoza, he can tell you more. We babysitters now. Oh, hello there, I am Yozan, son of Hosen. Will you be coming with us to Oda? I hear we've been traveling by horse-drawn carriage. But don't you think they're giant birds that people ride like horses? I want to ride one, but what do they even have in Doma? There's chocobo porters in Doma? What's that? You're looking for the others? Don't worry. I already told them to get ready for carriages. I'll need your help, though. We were just finishing a game of hide and seek. The three players are still hiding. Lady Ugiri told us to take it really seriously. They won't move until they're found, but Vesper Bay is not big, so you can find them in no time. Hey, you're not Yozen. Who are you? I am Koharu. Yeah? Senbatorii? I didn't know anyone else was. Wait a minute, you're one of them stallions, aren't you? No, scions. Scions. Stallions. Then you must know Lady Ugiri. Isn't she great? She's really good at hide and seek too. Alright, it's almost time to go. Nice meeting you. Yay! How'd you find me? Bah, I guess I need to practice more, or you're just too good at this. I mean, the Guardians didn't find me. Hey! You got some good work experience already. the last one? Probably around... Oh, there we go. Are you playing? No fair. Yosen didn't say anything about adults. We got to ride a horseburg carriage? I don't know. That sounds scary. Yosen says it's safe. I'll go. Go, okay. I think I'm gonna remove that line from the macro. There we go. Mounting can be a different option. Wonderful, all the children have counted. Hide and seek, I see that you are curious. It's quite simple, really. Lady Yugiri thought it was best that children know what to do in case the Guardian found us. I should hope that those days are behind us, but nevertheless, I take comfort in knowing that we are prepared. Hosen! And his group are ready to leave us today, thank God. The first caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at regular intervals. Family and I, including my stubborn old father, Homei, will be traveling in the lead carriage together with young Koharu, whom I believe you already met. Though I understand the road to Oda is readily controlled by the brass blades, I will have you accompany us on our journey. Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you are ready to leave, please inform our coachman. Sure, coachman, eager to be off, yeah? Well, I've been meaning to have a word with you about that runner from the Blades that say we may have a problem. Fierce-looking beast has been sighted south of the bridge to Hammerlia. Might be someone's eyes playing tricks, but don't want to gamble in this business. Now, I know you can handle yourself in a fight, but this lot here is another story. Go on ahead and look around. Make sure the area is safe. Anything dangerous, I know what to do. When you're satisfied the way is clear, meet us outside the horizon. The blaze tell me the road is safe. I reckon we can make it all there on our own, assuming the self-same bastards don't try to rob us, that is. So there was a beastie. Was being the operative word, eh? Ha ha ha. Well fought, madam. Well fought. Ah, if I were only in better health, I would have been proud to stand at your side. Pay my son no mind. He forgets that his responsibility precludes the act of daring do. Be as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon the hero of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. You may yet have the opportunity to try. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost, but not forgotten. Lady Yugiri's kinsmen, least of all, they fought the fiercest, though they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, and the promise of a better life, all this, and more we owed her. How does one even begin to repay such a debt? In kind, Father, to she who have given everything, we shall give our all. Whatever the work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch, digging, brick laying, it matters not. Revenant's Toll will grow and prosper by our hands. Hey, Miss Simba, Koharu and I want to know why you became an adventurer. So, you like roses? I think I understand. They're nice and everything, but don't they grow in a lot of places? It's my turn now. Got a question. What's Revenant Toll like? Is it pretty? It's a stone's throw from Imperial's Castrum. Ha, you can't fool me. No one would ever live that close to a castrum. Liar. Reaches on fire. You shall see when you get there. Enough. Koharu, it's my turn again. When I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do? Buy weapons and armor from Rowena. That's the only answer. No. She is not nice and her weapons are not cheap. Alright, that's enough questions. That's not fair. Why does Yoda ask 2 questions? I want to know about adventuring just as much as he does. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you one day? Yes. Play healer. We need more healers. Thanks for the advice. I won't forget it. I'm gonna be adventurers too. You too. Play healer. We need more healers. When we get to Revenant's Hall, let's make an Adventurers Guild for the Domans. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Visimba and Lady Yugiri. Yeah, just like Visimba and Mr. Yugiri. We can talk about the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? Yeah, sure. They better roll healers, I swear to God. Ah, I think the first group has arrived. Excellent. Is there aught else? No. I have matters well in hand here. You and Lady Yugiri should travel to Revenant's Toll forthwith. Alpha would have you and Yugiri depart for Revenant's Toll without delay. It is past time. Yugiri met with guild representative in Revenant's Toll. Since I do not foresee any further matters arising here in Xanaland, which requires your personal attention, I would instead have you serve as an escort to Doman delegation for the further duration of the journey. Speak first with Slapbore. Upon your arrival, he is the one with whom the Domans will be working with most closely, I should think. Afterwards, introduce Lady Yugiri to Mephilia and the guild emissary. If both meetings go well, resulting ties should stand the Domans in good stead. Thank you. For which is to come, safe travel, Simba. Got it. Teleport there. Slapborn. And this must be the esteemed Lady Yugiri and her associates. I greet you all as friends and bid you welcome to the Toll. I hope you do not find our dirt and fineries off-putting. Poor though we may be, we have a wealth of spirit and camaraderie to spare. You see, Raisin and Creed do not enter into it here. We welcome all sorts, provided they are willing to earn their keep, of course. We're no stranger to hard work, Master Slapborn. You may be assured that we will carry out your order with due diligence. Oh, not for a moment did I doubt your commitment, lady. Pray understand, I give such speech to all new arrivals, and you needn't bow your head or call me master neither. We are both frontier hands as far as I am concerned. As you wish, Slapborn. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long, fruitful relationship. Our guests have yet to meet the antecedent 7 Hells, Simba. Why are you wasting your time with me? See them to the rising stones. To whom much is given, much is expected. Forgive me, I require but a moment to compose my thoughts before meeting with your leader. We shall join you at the rising stone anon. Enter the rising stones. The cursor is in the wrong place. Just no use. Hi. Our attempts to reach the students about Denzian continue to meeting failure. Uranger has explored other venues of inquiry, but they too have yielded for naught. We will persevere, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We but await the confirmation for what which we already know. How fares the Domans? I am given to understand you were kept quite busy in Vesper Bay. Yeah, looking for children. Mayhap you question the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unsolved. I should not blame you if you did, nor would I deny that this matter falls outside of our normal purview. Be it as it may, we cannot ignore the plight of those refugees when it is within our power to help them. Lady Yugiri is here. Please show her in. I should very much like to meet her. Who are these people again? Nod, nod. Nod, nod. Nod, nod. Bow, bow. We have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. Your answer pleases me beyond words, my lady. But are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event that Revenant Toll could not accommodate us all, we will need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we will find it together. Oh, that's the guild emissary. As ever, it has been a pleasure, antecedent. Alas, we must take our leave as the first carriages are due to arrive at any moment. Should you require aught else, pray speak with Slapbore, Lady Yugiri. Minphilia. La Min and I will make all the necessary preparations to ensure that our Doman friends feel welcome at home upon their arrival, making up words as I speak. Though, I must admit, I am still troubled about the matters about the missing crystals. Yastola should be returning anon with a report from a field. Mayhap you could wait here and speak with her upon her arrival. 10 out of 10 voice casting, by the way.
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet. Which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning Ifrit with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja. Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late. Oh gods, they mean to summon Leviathan?
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
Headache.
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless ones. And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not? Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this. But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly,
if only you knew.
Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa.
Haste!
I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the echo.
Very well.
If
I
you
shall
only
not
knew.
stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Aye, a Primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
Primal?
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We Scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a Primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
Minfilia! Minfilia wishes to share some final words at the coming of mission prior to departing for Limsa Lominsa. Plainly, should the worst come to pass and the Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse will be to face him in battle. Given past experience, you may very well think that is eventuality inevitable. Yet so long as there is even a chance that the Primal's return might be prevented, we must needs bend all our efforts toward achieving that goal. Before we ought do aught else, let us hasten to Limsa Lominsa and meet with the Admiral. She will not have been idle in the intervening time, and will have doubtless have valuable information to share. Speak with... Yes, command room. Got it. Oh, it's this one. Storm Sergeant, you are expected. Pray, take this lift to the command room. Mirror lamp. Welcome, friends. I take it your Stola has apprised you of the situation. Let us waste no time. Then, according to our best intelligence, the Sahagin had not crystal enough to summon their god. Alas, we did not count on the Serpent Reavers venturing so as far as Danaland to supplement their cache. For our short-sightedness, we are faced the grim prospect of Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I am not inclined to let these fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom make ready to launch a large-scale operation to thwart the summoning, and we will welcome the Scion support in this endeavor. But if, God forbid, our efforts should come to naught, I will need to trouble you for more than mere support, much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. Pat pat. Lady Minfilia, I am given to understand that you mean to accompany our soldiers to the front lines. I can only assume that you have sound reasons for doing so. I do, Admiral, but I would rather not be drawn on their nature. I will say only that there is something I would see with my own eyes. Is that so? While I am not so stubborn to deny the wishes of one of those whose aid I require, but precautions must be taken, I shall require you remain by my side at all times. With that settled, let us speak of the operation. Maelstrom scouts are currently reconnoitering Sahagin movements within the spawning pools. Upon completing the mission, they will return to the operation staging camp, Skull Valley. I know I want you to make your way there forthwith, and you might be appraised with latest intelligence. Commander Falbrida is in charge of the garrison. Bleh. Ten out of 10 voice acting, if I may say so myself. Oh, did I fly past it? No, not you. Yes, Folk Breeder. I've been expecting you, scions of the Seventh Dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. The safety of our citizens is paramount. With your aid, we will prevent Leviathan's return. Folk Breeder is growing ever more agitated by the minute. As you may already know, Maelstrom scouts have been dispatched to reconnoiter the spawning grounds. Though it pains me to admit it, the Maelstrom has never faced a foe the likes of this before. We must proceed with all due caution. Among other things, they have orders to determine where the Leviathan might emerge, assuming it comes to that, and yet their return is long overdue. I fear that ill may have befallen them. For better or for worse, we must ascertain their fate. If it's not too much to ask, I would have you aid us in the search. 5 scouts ventured into Sapsa. All told, here take this flask of restorative to tend to those who may have been wounded. Though it pains me to even consider the notion, if they all have perished, consider circumstances permitting, I ask you to recover their bodies. By no means venture too deep into enemy territory. However, we can ill afford to lose you at this juncture. Bro, I can venture as deep as I want to. I'm level 90. Not the most geared level 90, but still level 90. What's relic weapon? Right. Where's this guy? Storm Private. Help somebody! I'm all tapped to forget the restorative herb. Thank you, I owe you my life. We were ambushed by the Serpent Reavers. Lightly armed as we are, we didn't stand a chance. I was able to flee this far, but the others were captured. They were taken to the Serpent's Tongue, I am certain of it. I can make my own way back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them, I beg of you. Oh, they did. Fly out of here. Oh, I can't fly out of here. Deliver the soldier's corpse to Folk Breeder. Folk Breeder, you returned, thank the navigator. When I learned that you went to the servant's tub by yourself, I feared you would meet an untimely demise. But tell me, what became of the others? Dead. Dear God. Sob. These wounds were not intended to kill, but to torture and maim. Does their savagery know no bounds? Enemy or no, they go too far. I dread to think what may have become the two remain unaccounted for. I pray they have not suffered the same evil fate. At the very least, one of my old men came back alive, and for that I owe you my thanks. The pay we paid was dear, but we have intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalizes the detail of the operation. The war horns will sound at any moment now. Be ready to sally forth, and when they do, both Brita await the commencement of the operation with barely concealed rage. Thrice damn fish, bastard! I'll kill them slowly, then chase their rotten soul through the 7 hills. Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand, savvy? My apologies, Admiral. You can count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our soul surviving scout, the Sahagin and their thralls have already begun to amass at the Aetherite in the depths of the Sapsa. If we're to act, it must be now. The men are ready, but we await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened security in and around the spawning grounds. Frontal assault is likely to be met with fierce resistance. The men are ready. Oh, wait. Alright. But we are not so artless as that, Commander. We shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sapsa Aetherite and eliminate the Sahagin priest presiding over the summoning. We are not here to kill them all. The Maelstrom shall engage and distract the Sahagin legions of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue. Commander, you have charge over this effort. Be mindful, the lay of the land is devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spear the assault and then have subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. Yeah, nice going there. This self-same moment, diversionary squadron formed of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. And likewise, the Scions shall form a smaller units in hopes of confusing the Sahagin defensive effort. Sima and Y'shtola, the two of you are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversion should serve to thin out the enemy defenses, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwarranted attention. Thankfully, your mission is to lure as many Sahagin as possible out of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take your heel and circle around to join the infiltration unit of Y'shtola and Senba. When all has been set into motion, I shall cut a path to the Aetherite, accompanied by Lady Memphilia, as was agreed. Well, don't let me keep you, friends. To battle! When last did we fight side by side, Senba? Too long ago, I warrant. But come, let us away! My cat is showing me her belly, and it's cute. Alright, Fenrir, let us away. What are we doing? Dive in. Okay. What? Oh. Yastola! What happened to you? Aiding Yastola. Pray, do not concern yourself towards but a glancing blow. Come, the Aetherite is close ahead. Let us press on.
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Did I miss much?
I don't remember knowing a skill like that.
So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency.
Yeah. Get him.
To the Aetherite.
Look at these knight fighters. We got 3. Well, I don't think Necra's a ninja. I think he's a rogue at this point. Yeah! The power of gun.
You'll forgive me my lateness.
You've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled swordwalkers tormented our kind. But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Hey, it rhymes.
Do you feel that?
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What?
Such power! It is transcendent!
Seven hells.
Strike me down if you will. It is futile! I have mastered the gift. I am eternal! O mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth!
Die, damn you!
Foolish shorewalker! You cannot kill that which is eternal!
Heavens forfend.
Damn it all!
My being, ebbed away. It could by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
Where did he go?
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon! Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates. Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Understand I speak of no normal wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than aught seen in nature. Enough to raise entire coastal settlements if his last attempt was any guide. We cannot suffer history to be repeated, yet how in the seven hells are we to prevent it? Is brooding over Leviathan's return. Though our plight cries out for action, we must take thought. So as long as the Leviathan remains in open ocean, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none. Of that you may be sure, but Lemailing herself, the navigator, would struggle to bestow Lord of the World in his element. In a straight-up fight, he would make meat and match both of us. We need another plan. That much is plain. Let us return to Limsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall wait for you in the command room. Away. You are expected in the command room. Pray do not keep the Admiral waiting.
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western Lanosha. Halfstone it was called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the company of heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Halfstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystals stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Halfstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The Primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the Primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The company of heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the company of heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe, but I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed 2 ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel.
Ramming speed.
Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
Will be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafirson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
Being held as gods also exist. Beings held as gods also exist in Eorzea. Beings legends tell us they walked among us in the days of yore, but I confess, never truly believed in them. To behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I have come face to face with a primal, I do begin to understand why the Guardians fear them so. What is it? Salute. A message, Admiral. I judge it best that it be delivered at once. I am listening. According to the Yellow Jackets, a man has appeared who claims to have defeated a Leviathan. One of the company of heroes? The details are very hazy. Admiral, I have dispatched one of our own to question the individual. I am disinclined to put any store by this claim, and even should it be true, it is as Stola said, none save the company of heroes have bested Leviathan, and we now know that how they went about it is the man of their number. What can he tell us that we do not know already? And yeah, having wagered Limsa's survival on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystals, we can afford to ignore this man. If his testimony could yield us any manner of advantage, should we not hear it? Damn it all. The twin vessels will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom report on this supposed primal slayer's claim. Simba, seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, it will spare you the torment of waiting for the reckoning in idleness. The man that you're looking for is believed to be a resident of the Grey Fleet in Lower Ladocia. The Storm Private sent to question him should already be in the vicinity. May your journey prove fruitful. Yeah, I'm just gonna fly up there. Oh, is it this guy again? Storm Private. Now you look here, you'll have your bloody story right after you carry those sacks of grain over the mill. But sir, that's what you said before you had me pick those oranges for you. Before I mucked out the chocobo stables. And before I rolled that millstone over the mill. And also before... Gods, man, I worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days, and did you hear me complaining? But I suppose some of us aren't just made for the rougher stuff. Alright, I'll give you what you want. Never let it know Tractum ain't a generous soul. Now pick up your years, cause I won't be repeating myself too modestly. Besides, there's only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting, you can. And the tale of Tractum's epic victory over Leviathan be huge, make no mistake. To give the idea how big each of his scales is as wide as a member's long, and that's no mean feat, I tell you. My father I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting me with. Must have been a legume's worth at least. He knocked my trusty axe out of my hands at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a grave mistake. Oh, whoa, what happened next? Well, I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots. But not wanting to take all the glory for myself, I let my mates in the company of heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest and as well as heroic, but perhaps too modest. Now there's some I say we can never truly beat Leviathan. That's there. Got to learn to live with them and make the best of a bad situation, not the company though. Well, it's you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I was just enjoying the attention. It's all. I take back everything I said. I was never in part of the company of heroes. I'm no marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I am nothing. I'm chocobo done. The maggots you found wiggling in the chocobo done. Never lied to women to tumble them, and that happened. That don't happen much. Remember, Tiny. It's pathetic. Damn right it is. I'm sure as hell didn't fight Leviathan, but I have seen him with my own eyes. It was a fair few years back while I was working as a baker's hand. I was shirking my duties one day, loitering about the harbor while I saw it. A great, big, massive sea serpent, some bomb off the coast. Was a fleet of galleons making straight for it with cannons firing. I was so bloody scared I soiled myself right there and then. Well, oh gods, just remembering the day made me soil myself all over again. Clean yourself up. Hey, wait, if you're asking about Leviathan, does that mean you're planning to fight him? Ain't ya? Well, take care. He's really terrible, dreadful, I tell ya. If you're not careful, you'll end up in his gullet at the bottom of the sea. Thanks. Why, you worthless lie, Horizon. I can't believe you made me handle your chocobo dung. Ophelia, were you able to learn? Nope. Beg your pardon? Leviathan? I think. That is unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The twin vessels is now complete. We'll wait for you at the Borabi dry docks. Pray, make your way here as soon as you are able. Let's go. I got a whale. Space whale. Ah, I know that look. You are ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the World Eater may not be pretty, but I assure you, she works. Fitted with the elemental converter, assuming the thing works, it will use the power corrupted crystal on board to rob Leviathan of his over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you will need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. Right. It is expected that the Sakage and their drones will attempt to come to Leviathan's defenses. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Tancred and L'Stola, I would have you assisting this effort. If it's to fulfill its purpose, your diversion force not one from the numbers, by your leave, I too volunteer my blade. We would welcome it. Having seen you fighting Sapsa, I dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Tancred and Stola, if you join the third levy, and Lady Ugiri the fifth. But what words I have for a woman who had made a sport of slaying gods, only these to go warily, for the sea is unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments and add a few words of my own. Know that we have our utmost faith in you. May the crystal bless you and keep you. Yay. Yay. The World Eater. Oh, certainly it is two ships. Leviathan! Leviathan! Wink.
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have, had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks. 'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Minfilia, please!
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Mordona is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'shtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagins' reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course then, but know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
Oh, has ordered to point you in the direction of the Lominsan underworld. Inform me of the arrangement. Letter introduction for Lady Ugiri. Ah, yes. The shadows of Lominsan society. They value their independence more than the pirates, united by a bond stronger than Mithril. And they are variably wary of new faces. Penned by the Admiral herself, the mere words on parchment will only get you so far. But here's the letter. Good luck. Bro, I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, come on. I did the ninja and rogue job quest. Inconspicuous man. Got business with me? Yes, here's the letter. So, you're the woman the Admiral sent word of. I was hoping I would catch a glimpse of Zankura too. Been a while since I saw his shit-eating grin. But with all the doe-eyed wenches about, he got his hands full. Yeah, and you must be the Far Easterner that Fiona said want to train with us. Welcome to Limsa. I am Yuguri of Doma. I must confess, when I first learned of your organization, I had a certain preconception to the nature of your membership. Seemed that I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Limsa is a city of pirates, to be sure, and pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as my people and I keep to the shadows, but we got nothing to be ashamed of. Simply better for business that we are remaining unseen. Understandable. And so you have developed sighting techniques suited for this purpose, I see. Know that the protectioners of my R2 are denizens of the shadow, to see the stealth that my strength lies. There is much we might learn from one another, I think. Now what the seven hell are we waiting for? If you come with us, you gonna do what's it? We can get acquainted in more private surrounds. That didn't come out right, did it? Senba, I shall remain with these people for a time, that I might study their ways. Though I am loath to separate from my country, I take solace in knowing that they're in the best hands. You might have been a true friend to us Nomans. No words would suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long, I hope to begin to impart my martial knowledge to those people of Eorzea. When the time comes, it will be my honor to welcome you as a student. Bruh, I out-level you! I think this is a good stopping point. How long have we been doing this? 2 hours and 25 minutes? Yeah, it's good to stop here. We're gonna continue this another time. Alright, y'all have a good one. And have a good